in because I'm back. I'm back from my anniversary trip. I know I'm late for this love experiment, but I'm right on time. I'm right on time because I need all my aunties and uncles to join the comment section today, because let me tell you, these girls need us. These girls need us. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm calling this that it's time to break some bad dating habits, because these young ladies have a lot of bad dating habits. I know this is called episode 6, season 1, episode 6. What's it called? Hall of No Regrets. Well, there needs to be a lot of regrets. There needs to be a lot of regrets, because there's a whole lot going up in here on this episode that a lot of these ladies really need to regret. They really do need to regret it. And I'm going to need all my uncles and aunties, friends, best friends, whatever we want to call ourselves, down in the comments, because these young ladies, they need some help. Boy, oh boy, do they need some help. So who are we going to start off with first? Who are we going to start off with first? You know what? I want to start off with the one I think this episode needs the most help, and that's going to be Tamara, Tam for short. That's who I want to start off with first, because let me tell you, she needs a lot of help. Now, am I confused? What happened to the T-Rex? Why didn't we get to the bottom of who called Tam T-Rex? Did it happen? Did it not happen? Did I miss something, people? Did I miss a whole episode where this wasn't talked about? Because all of a sudden now, I come to this episode, not only is Jamal still here, but so is Yannick. Yannick was the one who said it. They said that Jamal laughed at it, but both of them still here on the show. What's going on, people? What is going on? But I'm going to call Tam now the lecturer. She's the lecturer. Tam, I know she's a flight attendant, but she missed her calling. She should have been a school teacher because she's bossy as hell. Tam is so bossy as hell, and she's a lecturer. I don't know why Tam feels that she's got to sit everybody down, all these men down, and tell them and give them lectures. That's all she does. Every time she talks to a man, she's actually giving him a lecture. Sometimes it even sounds like she's chastising him. It's not sexy. It's not good at all. I know why she's put in the friend zone, because nobody is turned on by a bossy woman, and she is bossy as hell. She likes to lecture people, and that's why I'm going to start calling her the lecturer, or I'm going to call her the warden. One of the two. The reason why I want to call her the warden is because she likes men who are problem children, problem men. Tam is attracted to problem men, and you know why? Because she wants to dominate them. Yep, I said it. Let me tell you something about Tam, what I figured out. She actually likes to dominate men. And she's on this show talking about, I need a man who gives me butterflies. Tam, I'm going to tell you right now, if you listen to me, you need to stop listening to those butterflies, because what I think your butterflies are doing for you is you think it's an attraction to that guy, and it is attraction, but it's a toxic attraction. You are attracted to troubled men who are hard to deal with. That's what she's attracted to. So the reason why she gets butterflies is because it gets her going. It makes her feel alive. It makes her feel energy, because you know what she wants to do? She wants to conquer them, and she wants to dominate them. She wants to lecture them. She wants to set them straight. She wants to chastise them. She wants to talk to them like they're little kids, put them on timeouts and everything else. That's why her butterflies come, because it's a challenge for her. She needs to get rid of that toxic trait. Talking about bad dating habits you need to date, Tam needs to get rid of the bad dating habit that she's attracted to difficult men that she feels she needs to teach, lecture, or tell them what to do, because that's what she likes to do. See, if she just gets a normal guy who's a normal person, then guess what she can't do? She can't teach, she can't lecture, she can't change their behavior, she can't put them on timeouts. It don't leave her with nothing to do. And let me tell you, she likes to do all those things. The first person she starts lecturing when the show started was Ryan. She sits Ryan down tomorrow. You don't call, you don't text, you don't do this. All she does is lecture him, and she don't do nothing. You don't call, you don't text, you don't do this. And then she listens to their whole sob stories of why they didn't do something, and then she backs off. She's like that parent with a whole lot of bark and no bite. A whole lot of bark and no bite. And the reason why I'm going to say she's like a parent is because she treats some of these men like they're little kids. And she chastises them. She tries to correct them. She got a whole lot of bark, but no bite. She's wondering why Ryan don't have no initiative. Well, when you picked him after that talent show, when he sat up there and didn't come with no talent, and all he did was stare into your eyes, you let him get away with it. You let him do it. Now he's over here talking about he don't call you, don't text you. Then he draws you a picture of a phone and says, here's your text. This girl, But what she want to do, she want to pull him aside and lecture him. She want to pull him aside and teach him a lesson. She want to pull him aside and give him some correction, because that's really what she likes to do. And she goes and she listens to these sob stories. They give her these excuses. You know, he gives her this excuse talking about, hey, I'm not used to this situation. You know, I'm just uncomfortable. Let me tell you something about when people start giving you excuses for bad behavior. Anything is possible. Don't go off, is it possible? When they start giving you excuses and you start saying, well, that is possible. No, don't go off what's possible. Go off what's likely. Because possible doesn't mean it's likely. It's two different things. You know what? It's possible that instead of me going to work tomorrow, somebody might show up to my doorstep and hand me $1 billion. It is possible. It is possible. It is in the realm of possibility that someone could say, oh, I'm going to go over here to Deborah's house. Well, I'm going to knock on her door and I'm going to give her millions or billions of dollars. It is possible, but is it likely? No, it ain't likely. That's why my butt's going to get up and go to work. It's not likely. So I'm not going to go off what's possible. I'm going to go off what's likely. And what Tam does is she listens to what's possible. Oh, it's possible he didn't call or text me because he was uncomfortable. Yeah, it is possible, but it's not likely, Tam. It's not likely. When a man likes you, he calls you and texts you. Is it possible he's not calling you and texting you because he's busy or he's afraid? Yes, it is possible. But more than likely, he ain't interested. He's not interested in what Tam goes off of. She goes off possibilities and not likelihood. She needs to switch that up. And she likes to look for opportunities to teach, to coach, to reprimand all these men. So she actually attracts men who do wrong things. She likes men who do wrong things because that opens up the door for her to teach them, coach them, and reprimand them and treat them like a little kid and say, here, I'm going to put you on a timeout. She likes giving orders. She's bossy. And let me tell you something. Of all the men that she got hanging around, I really thought Josiah was going to be the best fit for her. But let me tell you, I heard Josiah say, you know what Tam reminds me of? He reminds me of one of my good best girlfriends. That means he's already putting her in the friend zone for real, for real. You know, that means she's in danger of being put in the friend zone. When a man says, you remind me of my best friends that are female, girl, you 1 foot into the friend zone. You 1 foot in the friend zone. And what he's saying is, I like the women. I like their boldness. I like things about these women, but I don't like them enough to be my woman. That's what happens to women who are in friend zones of men. They like you. They like certain aspects of you. They like hanging out with you because they think you're a good person, but they don't like you romantically. And let me tell you, that is the problem with Tam. She gonna find a lot of men who put her in the friend zone because although she may be a likable person, she isn't attracted to them. They're not attracted to her romantically because she's bossy. She lords over them. Maybe that's why they called her a T-Rex, because maybe she appears like she's lording over people, like she's a dinosaur and she's in charge, or she runs over people. That might be, if they did call her a T-Rex, it might not have been because of her appearance. It might be because of her demeanor. And I'm telling you, Tam tries to run over men, lecture them, boss them around, and tell them what to do. Even when she went back in the hall to pick a new man, I can't believe she went back over there and had a round with Kenny. Why? Why would you even entertain Kenny for a conversation? Why does a man like Kenny, who has disrespected you so many times, even get the opportunity to have another conversation? You know why she wants to give it? Because she wants another round with him. Even if she didn't choose him to come back again, she wanted a new verbal round with him to teach him, to coach him, to reprimand him. Why? Why can't you just walk away? Why do you need to not miss an opportunity to teach Kenny? What for? Teach Kenny for what? The next woman? Why do you need to teach him? Why do you need to tell him about yourself? Tam needs to learn that when she recognizes a man like this, she needs to walk away and stop being tempted to teach, to boss around, to reprimand these men. Kenny has told her 1,000,000 times he ain't attracted to her. He don't want to be with her. He ain't going to do nothing for her. And she's still sitting over here letting him even place his eyes on her. Please, Kenny wouldn't have even gotten a conversation. I would have walked by Kenny's little booth and been like this. He wouldn't have even gotten a conversation from me. And then who's the next bad actor she goes and talks to? Mike, the clown. Mike, the one who she was mad that he ate off her plate. Don't eat off my plate. I need you to respect me as your equal. Don't eat off my plate. Listen, if you don't like this many things about him, why are you choosing him again? You know why? Because she likes a challenge. And Mike presents a challenge. He's out of order. He's wild. He's all over the place. And what Tam wants to do is Tam wants to pull him aside, lecture him, tell him what he needs to do. Don't do this. Don't do that. Why? Why are you wasting energy? This is the stuff that she's attracted to. This is the bad habit she needs to let go. And what she is confusing when she talks about I want butterflies, no. Those aren't butterflies of love. Those are butterflies letting you know that you got the same toxicity sitting in front of you. That's why you're attracted to it, because it's what you're familiar with. And so now you feel comfortable with it. Tam thinks the problem are these men. The problem ain't the men. The problem is Tam. Because there's all types of people who exist out here in the world. The problem becomes when you pick the same type of person. You're the problem. Tam is the problem, but she keeps thinking the men are the problem. The men aren't the problem. The men aren't the problem. You know why the men aren't the problem? Because the women have the right to say no or yes to men every single day. Women have the right to say yes or no to men every single day. So when Tam keeps saying yes to these men who are toxic, who are challenged to her, who she feels she needs to lecture, who she needs to boss around, she's the problem, not the men. I don't know why she likes to lecture them around. I don't know why she thinks she needs to give these men a cheat sheet to show him how to treat her or whatever. Why? Why? If they don't know how to treat you, let them go. Go find a man that already knows how to treat you. Why are you trying to reform these people? Are you a prison ward? Are you into the business of rehabilitation? What for? Why are you wasting your energy? I tell you right now, Jamal don't even like Tam. I could tell. First of all, I'm going to tell you what Jamal is thinking without him saying any words, because you all know that Jamal don't say shit no more. He doesn't say a word. I didn't know Jamal was a civil engineer. I come to find out we both engineering minds. I see you out there, Jamal. Engineers, let me tell you what engineers do. We sit back and we look, we observe, and we calculate. That's what we do. And Jamal is sitting back observing Tam, and he don't like nothing he sees. First of all, he's not attracted to Tam because Tam, I believe, is not refined and sophisticated enough for Jamal. I could tell that already. I could tell the way Jamal dresses. I could tell the way Jamal carries himself. And I can tell you right now that Tam is a little bit too loud for him. The things she likes to do and the way she talks, I don't think she's sophisticated enough for Jamal. I think Jamal likes a bit more of a sophisticated lady, and I don't think he likes her at all. Not one bit. I think Tam is smart in her own way. I do. I think she's entrepreneurial, as she said. I think all those types of things. But I think in terms of being stimulated intellectually, I don't think she stimulates Jamal intellectually. I actually don't think so. I really don't. It doesn't mean that she's not smart. I don't want nobody out here telling me that. I didn't say she's not smart. I'm talking about, does she stimulate Jamal intellectually? And I'm going to tell you she doesn't. Jamal is not one bit turned on by this bossy Tam. Even when they were all sitting on that couch and Tam was going around telling all of them how she wanted them to treat me. You gonna know this about me. I'm gonna be straight up front. You gonna know I care about you. I'm gonna need you to do this. I'm gonna need you to do that. Jamal was all the way turned off. Jamal is probably looking at his watch figuring out when this girl gonna eliminate me, because I'm not interested, not one bit. By the end of the show, she's having to take Mike out and do a timeout on him. She loves a good timeout. She loves a good lecturing. She loves a good talking to. She looks for the opportunity to pull some man aside, give him a lecture, talk to him. She pretty much has lectured every man on this show by now. I'm so sick of Tam with this Warden Tam. That's what I'm gonna start calling her, Warden Tam. Of the three she got in her bunch, she got Jamal, she got rid of Ryan, got Mike, and she has Josiah. The only one she kind of has a chance with is Josiah. That's it. That's the only one. That is the only one of these two that she has right now that she even has a chance with. Josiah just might have enough oomph in him to want to tussle with Tam, because let me tell you, Tam is one tough cuffy. That's what I'm saying. Now the fact that I know that maybe somebody called her T-Rex, I can see a whole lot of reasons why they're calling her. And I don't mean to say that they're calling her because she looks like one, because she's a pretty girl. But the way she moves out here, the way she stomps her feet like a dinosaur, the way she likes to hoard over people, the way that she likes to clamp down on people, yeah, I can see it. I can see it now myself. Tam needs to go get some therapy. Tam needs to go find out why she's attracted to men that she needs to correct, that she needs to chastise, that she needs to teach, that she needs to lecture. She needs to go figure out, why does she need that? Why is she attracted to that? Because once she figures out why that's attractive to her, once she figures out what pattern, what is making her be attracted to the guys, she'll be well on her way to picking a better guy. She'll be on her way. But it's not going to start with her just cycling men and out. She's got to start with herself. Tam needs to go through a therapist, peel back some layers in her childhood, her past life, to figure out, why does she need to be so in charge? It's probably going to be an insecurity. It's probably going to make she doesn't like to feel vulnerable. On the inside, she needs to reawaken that little child in her, because this Tam that we see here is definitely there to protect the inner child. Is there to protect someone on the inside that we know Tam has, is very scared and very sensitive. And the person that presents, her representative, is very unattractive. The representative that Tam has to protect her inner person, her inner child, her inner whatever, that person is very unattractive. That person is bossy. She's a lecturer. She's a whole lot of things. And what that person does is that person stands in front of the soft, sensitive Tam to protect the soft, sensitive Tam. But let me tell you, the man that she wants will not be attracted to that representative. The man that she needs will not be attracted to the representative. So the representative she has meeting all these men, she's never going to find the man that she really wants, because her representative shoos off those men. That representative attracts another type of man, because that representative likes to tussle. That representative likes to chastise. That representative likes to correct. So that representative is always going to attract a man that needs correction, that needs chastising, that needs a timeout, that needs a warden, that needs a babysitter. Tam got to get to the bottom of this. Tam has got to get to the bottom of this. Otherwise, she's going to find herself in a horrible cycle for a lot of years. Now I'm going to move on to the next bad habit, and that's going to be Paige. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Paige came back from the whole trip, the Whistler trip, with no dates. She done got rid of everybody. She came back alone. As soon as she got back, what she need to do? Lock tongues and lock lips with Justin. Let me tell you, Paige is such an easy read, and I'm going to tell you how I know how to get Paige in bed. All I got to do is gas Paige up, because Paige is thirsty for a compliment. She is thirsty for you to chase her. She is thirsty for attention. All you have to do to Paige is compliment her, compliment her, compliment her, compliment her. Tell her anything she wants to hear, and you'll get the panties. You will get the panties. None of it has to be true. You don't have to believe none of it. All you got to do is say it. You ain't got to prove it. You ain't got to do it. You just got to say it, and she going to drop them draws for you. She is an easy read. She is an easy person to conquer out here in these dating streets. And I'm going to tell you right now what I believe. I believe a lot of men figure out Paige very early on. And I believe that probably what happens to Paige a lot of men sleep with her and then they don't want her to be the girlfriend. Absolutely not. Because when men see that in a woman, they don't want you for a girlfriend, because what they know is, you are so easily fooled by me, another man could come around and do the same thing to you. It makes them uncomfortable. It makes them uncomfortable that you don't have no boundaries, and that your boundaries come down so easily off some sweet words to your ears. So then she asked Justin, what do you think about gender roles? Justin went up there and told her, well, I believe we're a team and we make decisions together. And she was like, oh, she was melting in his arm. First of all, that is not going to happen in no marriage. And because it don't even happen on your job. It doesn't even happen when you have two people who have different of opinions. The problem the situation that happens when you have two people with different of opinions, somebody's decision has to prevail. That's what ends up happening. That's why it's called two different opinions. Eventually, one person gets to make the decision. Now, can it change depending on the situation? Maybe one time the woman gets to have the final say on the decision. Maybe one time the man does. Yes. But every situation is not going to be, oh, we're going to decide together. No, you know why? Because sometimes you follow the direction of someone. Sometimes you don't even agree with their direction, but you say, you know what? I can't have my way all the time, so I'm just going to follow you. That's the way it really works. You don't always come to complete agreements. You don't. Do you come to complete agreements on your job? No, but you know what happens after a while? The boss says, you know what? We all can't agree. We're a team here. We're a team here at work. I'm going to have to make the final decision because all of us don't agree. And guess what everybody else has to do? They got to abide by the decision of the boss. That's how the real world works. The real world doesn't work with, hey, we're going to always decide together. No, that's not how relationships work. That's not how marriages work. What happens is when you have two people who have different opinions, but you only can choose one opinion, one decision, one person ends up being the leader. One person in that moment ends up being the leader. Does it have to be that same person all the time? No. But in that moment, I want Chinese food. You want pizza. Guess what? I want Chinese. You want pizza. Guess what? Only one person going to get to decide. You know what you typically do? You know what? Fine. We can go have pizza. We can go get Chinese. One person has to back off. But what did Justin tell Paige? Justin told Paige what Paige wanted to hear because she was so upset about the whole Chris thing. And so now all you have to do, like I said, all you got to do to Paige is tell her what she wants to hear. That's it. And now she's turned off by Justin. You know why? Because Justin's not chasing her hard enough. He's not coming hard enough for her. He's not giving her filling her ears with sweet nothings because Justin's probably out here seeing how she's moving with all these other guys. Justin knows what Paige is doing. Justin knows exactly what Paige is doing. So what's happening now? She getting turned off by Justin. Because Justin ain't coming at her hard enough. She needs another man who's going to chase her harder. So she goes back in the lounge. She starts talking to Chris, talking about, no, you know what? You can't change your mind that easily. Chris, don't waste your time. Don't be doubling back. You got to be glad you got eliminated because Paige ain't the woman for you. Paige is not the woman for you. What Paige wants to do is Paige wants to have her way all the time. She wants zero accountability. And she wants somebody to follow what she wants. She wants the guy to always give her what she wants. And we already know Paige makes bad decisions. Bad decisions. Bad decisions. Now Paige done come over here and chosen this new man, Nikoi from Jamaica. Probably because she thinks she can run him. Probably because he sat over there and told her all the sweet things she wanted to hear. So she said, let me get somebody else over here to gas me up, to tell me all these sweet things, tell me what they're going to do for me. And next thing you know, she going to be hugged up with him, tongue kissing him and whatever else. Girl, Paige, she too thirsty. She is too thirsty for a sweet word. She's too thirsty for a sweet word. And let me tell you, any serious-minded man would be uncomfortable with Paige. Uncomfortable because she falls for men with a sweet word too easily. Too easily. Too easy. Men want women who have some boundaries. Men don't want women who fall so easily for the sweet words because what those men think are, when I'm not around, when I'm not there, and men are saying sweet things to you, you're going to fall for them too. You're going to fall for them too. Let me tell you, men are very uncomfortable around Paige. They're very uncomfortable around Paige to make Paige a girlfriend or a wife because she's uncomfortable. She is a risk to men. She really is. And lastly, we're going to talk about Mars. Mars' bad habit. She's going to have to get over. Let me tell you right now what Mars' bad habit is. She's trying to swing so far to the other end. Remember, Mars keeps telling us she dated the thugs that go to jail. So now what Mars does when she come on this show, she's trying to date all the soft men, the real delicate men. First, she wanted to date Ashan. He ain't her type. We knew that right away. She says, I want to get away from the bad boys. I want to get away from the thugs. And I want to date nice guys. The first one she brought in was Ashan, the nice guy. You know what? But he don't do it nothing for me. Now she done picked this new guy, Henry. Henry from California, the photographer. Listen, I'm from California. I already know the energy Mars is showing her with the thug life, the life of men going to jail. That ain't Henry. That is not Henry. So she thinks so what she's trying to do is she's trying to switch up. I get that she's trying to switch up. I get that she wants something different to her life, but she's going too far to the other extreme. She's trying to be somebody that she's not. She's not that person. And I'm not saying she still needs to go out with the thug guys or the guys going to jail, but she's trying to swing the pendulum so far to the other side. She ain't gonna be attracted to these people. She's not going to be attracted to Henry nor Sean, the softer, more delicate guys, especially no Henry from California who's the photographer. Give me a break. Her best bet of all the guys she got is going to be Yannick, which I don't even understand why Yannick is here. If Yannick calls your friend a T-Rex and you were so offended by it, then why is Yannick still here? Why would you still be entertaining him? But you know what? I don't know what's going on. Was that fake? Was that just a TV stunt? Was that just to get the ratings up? I have no idea. But of the three guys that she got, her best choice is Yannick. That's the best choice she got. She gonna need a man that got a little bit of thug in him, okay? Just a little bit. Not the jail thug, not the one going to jail, not the one called doing crimes. But she may need a little bit of a Jamaican thug that smokes a little ganja, does a little something over here. That might be just enough. She needs to tone it down a bit, but she's swinging way too far to the other end with Henry. Way too far. But I don't know. That's just my advice. You know what? I don't know if my advice is on point. I don't know if it's not. But I'm going to need all the aunties, all the uncles. We're going to need all hands on deck for this one because these girls need some help. So I know I'm older. I know some people watch my show. They're older. We're going to need some advice down in these comments for these young ladies because we're going to hope and pray they read some of them and they need some advice. They really do. I don't know where Mari is. Where the hell is Mari? Mari needs to be here because these ladies need some help. Let's help them out. Let's help them out. Drop down in my comments. Leave your dating advice for Mars, Tam, and Paige. This is going to be our letter to them so they can stop with all these bad dating habits. Tell me what the bad dating habits you think they need to break. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.